Finance Business on VTV1, 9th of September 2022. After today's latest headlines, we now come to another section, case analysis. This provides practical lessons as well as invaluable knowledge relating to international trade for corporations and individuals. So now let's see our case. Machines have become an inseparable part of our lives, engaging in industries and helping increase production as well as efficiency. For example, conveyors transport goods from one place to another, for example, products in a factory or bags, cases in an airport. What happens when the intermediate support of the conveyor is broken? What should the company do when there aren't any qualified replacement in Vietnam? They have to import intermediate support from other countries, and in our case, China. The next part of the news will be the analysis of the import contract, intermediate support of screw conveyor from Hangzhou Yusheng Machinery and Equipment Co., based in China, to Hoạt Engineering JSC in Vietnam. The seller is Hangzhou Yusheng Machinery and Equipment Co., headquartered in room 402, building 2, Yongzhou Fortune Mansion, Gongshu District, Hangzhou, Zhejiang Province, China. Established in 2006, the company has 12-year experience in the fields of concrete batching plants and production automation. They provide solutions, technical services, and mechanical, electrical, and control products, trading high-quality, genuine equipment. The main market of the company can be mentioned as Southeast Asia, Mid-East, and South Asia, bringing in a total annual revenue of below $1 million USD. And the buyer of today is Hoạt Engineering JSC, No 143 Street 13B, Minh Tân District, Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. The company was set up at the same time as Yusheng Machinery, specializing in cement mixing station and automatic production. Throughout its operation, the company has conducted over 500 projects in Vietnam and throughout ASEAN. This shows that Hoạt is very experienced and has the power to expand throughout the nation as well as to other countries. Some major partners of the company can be mentioned as Coca-Cola, Nestle, PepsiCo, and Vinamilk. With deep expertise and extensive experience, Hoạt has always been trusted by renowned companies in the world and has become a reliable partner. The carrier selected by the two countries is DHL Express. It is a division of the German logistic company Deutsche Post. Having headquarters in Germany and many branches in several countries, DHL provides international express mail services and package delivery. With dedication and diligence, the company always works with 4 criteria placed on top: speed, can do, getting it right the first time, and passion. So, what is the reason why DHL was chosen as the courier in this case? It is because it is one of the leading global air delivery systems that ship express in over 220 countries, and it has branches in Hangzhou. This will make it more convenient to transfer goods from the shipper to the carrier. The product of this trading contract is intermediate support of vertical screw conveyor. Vertical screw conveyor are an efficient method for elevating a variety of bulk materials from step inclines to compact vertical. The compact design allows the vertical screw conveyor to fit almost any plant layout. With minimum moving parts, the vertical screw conveyor is the cost-effective and dependable component of any bulky material handling process. The machine is made of many different, extremely complex parts, and of which an important part is the intermediate support. It consists of 2 main parts: first shaft, movable assembly, supporting body, and second shaft, bushing, and fixed assembly. The intermediate support use belt intermediate drives to reduce tension forces in the belt. This will help out cut down operating costs and save human resources. An integral part of the international transaction contract is the Incoterms. Hoạt Engineering signed the contract importing intermediate support of vertical screw conveyor from Yusheng under DAP terms, DAP Ho Chi Minh. DAP is appropriate for both companies in this case as they can easily carry out the custom clearance procedures for the commodities in their own country. The risk are transferred only at the beginning or the end of this transport stage in importing and exporting countries, making it obvious who is responsible for what. Additionally, since the risk is passed to the buyer in their own nation, it may aid in risk reduction. Because the seller takes greater responsibility, they can gain a competitive advantage over their rival businesses when they make an offer. Sale contract Yusheng 0522 was signed on March 7, 2022 between Hoạt Engineering JSC as the buyer and Hangzhou Yusheng Machinery and Equipment Co. as the seller. The two parties agreed to treat one intermediate support of vertical screw conveyor 323 millimeters with unit price $327 and one intermediate support of vertical screw conveyor 219 millimeters with unit price $191 USD. The total value stated in the contract is 518 USD. The gross weight of two pieces is 21.87 kilograms. The contract between two parties was made in the writing form using the traditional approach with all the terms typed in English. Names of the commodities in the contract are written in the usual way, accompanied by the main specification of the goods. In this case, the quantity of products that Hoạt Engineering JSC imports only contain two pieces. Total weight is 21.87 kilograms. With such a small quantity of goods, the two sides have decided to use the plane as mode of transportation to help save cost and delivery time, so the buyer can receive goods in a short time. The currency used in the contract is USD, which is a strong and freely convertible currency and frequently stable in value. This makes the payment simpler and more convenient. As the two products cost 518 USD, which is a good price, and it's also quite competitive compared to other manufacturers. It was agreed by both parties that the shipment would occur 1 week after the contract was signed, after the 7th of March 2022. The product of this trading contract is intermediate support of vertical screw conveyor. Vertical screw conveyor are an efficient method for elevating a variety of bulk materials from step inclines to completely vertical. The compact design allows the vertical screw conveyor to fit almost any plant layout. With minimum moving parts, the vertical screw conveyor is the cost-effective and dependable component of any bulky material handling process. The machine is made of many different, extremely complex parts, and of which an important part is the intermediate support. On the other hand, the cost of T2 payment is also much more economically friendly compared to LC payment. This makes this become an ideal means of payment for this contract, which only includes a small quantity of products. In addition, in case the importer chooses to transfer the prepayment to exporter, the exporter will not face any risk or damage if the importer is late in payment. On the contrary, when payment is postpaid, the importer benefits from being able to receive the goods and check the goods before paying. Therefore, both sides can reduce risk from this means of payment unexpectedly bad situation. The buyer also receives arrival notice often before delivery, providing necessary information to the buyer about sending date and arrival date, gross weight, warehouse storage location, unloading area and mode of transport to rent means of transport or prepare necessary facilities to receive the goods. The arrival notice in this set of documents have apparently defined the above terms. However, there is still some missing information such as terms of transport unit, route of transport, and ways to handle unexpected situations on the way of transportation. A highlight of this contract is that it fully states the beneficiary's account information. Beneficiary is Hangzhou Yusheng Machinery and Equipment Co. Authorized bank for money transfer is Huoxia Bank, Hangzhou branch, and correspondent bank is JP Morgan Chase Bank, New York. However, the seller should request a deposit before delivery in order to reduce risk. The customer will pay the remaining balance once the seller has supplied the necessary documentation and the products have been delivered. In conclusion, the contract has stated quite fully the basic terms and responsibilities of the buyer as well as the seller. However, there are still some missing terms and need to clarify more information as presented earlier. That is the analysis of contract terms to help you understand today's case. Now I will move to the process of implementing the import contract between Yusheng Machinery and Equipment Co. and Huang Engineering. First step is apply for import license. According to Decree 69, 2018 NDCP, the intermediate support of vertical screw conveyor in particular and mechanical components in general are items that are not prohibited from being imported or require an import permit. So in this case, the buyer doesn't need to apply for import license. Next, the two parties sign the contract. The seller initiates the packaging and delivery process. As mentioned, the explained package only includes two products, so they have chosen the plane to facilitate the delivery process. According to DHL's e-commerce regulations, they use basic packaging. After checking the value and insurance of the goods, the product is put into a plastic bag and sealed. Then it is put into a two-layered box with at least 6 centimeters away from any edge of the box. Dunnage like bubble wrap is used to fill the gap and for protection. Move on to the sealing step. They use 48mm wide compression tape with method H taping to seal corners of the box. Finally, they will stick labels including quantity, manufacturing date, technical specifications, safety precautions, and instructions on the top side of the box. This kind of packaging is suitable for airways provided that the value of the goods is not too large and the quantity is small and the goods are not too fragile, such as glass or porcelain. This can reduce costs for both parties. DHL issued the airway bill on the 7th of March. Loading area is Hangzhou Shaoshan International Airport, and unloading area is Dunsanyet International Airport. The package was sent on March the 8th of 2022, and the arrival date is March 14th, 2022. On March 15, DHL sent an arrival notice to the buyer, informing that the goods have arrived at the port and would proceed to unload the goods to DHL's warehouse. Next, the buyer will perform the steps to receive the goods. The set of documents to be prepared includes commercial invoice, packing list, airway bill, certificate of origin. According to the terms stated in the contract, the buyer will make payments of 100% of the amount after receiving the goods with TT payment. One important step that needs to be proceeded and completed is import clearance procedures. In this case, Hoàng Engineering has appointed a third party, Sea Air Global Co., to carry out this process. This usually happens when the buyer does not have much experience in custom declaration, though a more experienced third party to avoid errors. The declaration will be done in ECU S5 software. The channeling for the traded product in our case is a green stream. This is because Hoàng JSC has been a good law-abiding with the provision of the law for customs, and the traded commodity here are machine components, which belong to the group of machinery and equipment to create fixed access subject to the tax exemption of origin and domestic investment projects. This helps them to have the custom declaration automatically cleared on the system. Next is tax payment and fulfilling financial obligations, including VAT and import tax, including preferential tax rate and special preferential tax rate. Preferential tax rate for the two products is 0%, since Hoàng imported goods originating from China, and there is an ACFTA agreement between Vietnam and China, so this order is subject to the special preferential tax rate of 0%. Our products will also be subject to a VAT rate of 8%. According to the Article 1 of Decree 15/2022, the reduction of VAT by 2% is to support for both businesses and customers affected by COVID-19. In other words, it will have a direct impact on reinvestment in production and by this way increase the number of transactions and help the economy recover quickly. The customs sub-department will collect the customs fee as prescribed and stamp, then return the customs declaration to the declarant. Through the contract between Hoàng Engineering and Hangzhou Yusheng Machinery, we can draw some experience. Under DAP Incoterms 2020, the buyer will be responsible for import customs taxes, if applicable, and fees. Therefore, in order for goods to be delivered on time and to avoid risk, Hoàng Engineering needs to pay close attention to customs procedures. If custom clearance is not completed, the goods cannot be delivered to the destination and the seller will not be able to transfer risk in accordance with regulations. That is the end of the case analysis. Quỳnh Anh, Finance Business on VTV1.